This video is going to be a critical analysis of Swimmer C's performance of the front crawl. To do this, each area of the Black Principles will be critiqued using a range of literature to compare Swimmer C's technical performance to that which is recommended. On screen you can see the range of videos that were recorded, and they consist of lateral, head-on and underwater view of Swimmer C demonstrating the front crawl. So what are the Black Principles? There is body positioning, legs, arms, breathing and timing. And each of these will be referenced to the three scientific principles of swimming, which are propulsion, buoyancy and resistance. Dunford advocates that the hips should be just below the water, the body should have a slightly inclined posture, and that the legs should be touching the surface of the water, creating a splash. For viewing Swimmer C from under the water, it can be seen that none of these three recommendations are being executed, and instead, Swimmer C remains too low with no splash in the water. This has been outlined as one of the three significant issues with her front crawl execution. Another slight issue and potential contributor to the poor body positioning is the angle of the head. ASA 2015 recommends that keeping a 45-degree angle facing forwards and down. Instead, we can see that Swimmer C adopts a forward-facing position. This slight change can rotate the back, hips and legs backwards and under the water, resulting in greater resistance. In addition, with more of the head underwater, she will gain more buoyancy. A closer look at Swimmer C's legs can highlight that there is too much of an angle at the knees. Corlett 1998 encourages the legs to have only a slight bend whilst keeping the toes pointed and flexible ankles. Also, kicks should be in a continuous rhythmic pattern. This is an area of good practice in Swimmer C's front crawl as she maintains a consistent speed with her legs throughout. A weakness in her leg action is too much of a bend in the knees. This results in the produced force being predominantly dispersed up and down, and rather than propelling Swimmer C forward, causes the leg to sink. This has been outlined as the second of three significant faults. ASA 2015 states that the arms should leave the water elbow first. When exiting the water, the arms come out flat with excessive lateral movement. This results in the arms often entering the water at an angle. One of the drawbacks of this is that it often leads to added resistance. This is because the arms hit the water before the end of the push phase, meaning that there is increased drag. Rather than leaving the water elbow first, Swimmer C typically has flat arms. This fault becomes more clear when comparing Swimmer C to a professional. By increasing the angle and height of the elbow, it will remove the lateral movement and increase the velocity of the arms heading into the water. The third significant fault is that Swimmer C produces little force to reach forward under the water, and instead leads the hand in a downward motion. This downward push results in propelling the front of the body upwards, exaggerating the previously mentioned high head and low hips issue with the body. This issue begins on entry to the water as the hands immediately act downwards with the hands flat. Correct technique, as per Sanders and McCabe, states that the thumb should enter the water first, with the fingers touching to reduce the resistance upon her. In reference to breathing, it can be seen that she takes a breath every 3 strokes. This is an example of bilateral breathing because she tilts her head to alternating sides to take a breath, and this promotes greater balance and even strokes. Under the water, we're able to see that Swimmer C's ear doesn't quite connect with her arm, and this means that she is in a less streamlined position due to an increased surface area heading against the direction that Swimmer C is going. As previously outlined, Swimmer C's leg kicks are continuous and keep at a constant speed throughout. This is also the case with her arms, however that is a drawback. To enhance the speed of her front crawl, Swimmer C must begin to put more force into the pull phase, as this will use the resistance of that hand against the water to accelerate her forward. As a result of this critical analysis, 2 recommended practices have been developed, primarily focusing on the 3 significant issues discussed. Thank you for watching.